Wow. I know there's been something in the media about the beach. And now, yeah, wow. So you can see there the sign, Nui Beach. Wow. For years, Nui Beach has been one of Phuket's most controversial beaches. People paid to cross land that was later ruled wasn't privately owned. Today, everything has changed. Oh, what a shame. Okay, well, all the structures that were here have gone. So I believe there's some issue with land here once again, and the forestry department have reclaimed the land adjacent to Nui Beach because ownership is under dispute. The beach in front of me here, but not many structures left. A lot of local government officials here at the moment because it looks like they're removing all the structures that were here. I haven't been to Nui Beach for a long time because it was one of those beaches here in Phuket that you have to pay for to go on, and we have so many nice beaches. I don't really see the point in having to pay for more beaches, and if I'm honest, this beach in front doesn't blow me away. Whilst it's okay, it doesn't look terrible. I wouldn't say it's the best beach here on the island either. Granted, there's a lot of structures that have been removed, so probably it's not looking its best anyway, but to be honest, personally, I don't see why somebody would want to pay to come on here, but because I believe the charge was quite expensive. If you know how much it was, I believe it was 100 baht. It could have been more than that. I read that it was 100 baht somewhere, but I believe it was higher than that at one point. And this is the beach, Nui Beach, not to be confused with Nui Beach. And you can see government officials everywhere, and everything has been removed. Okay, so if you want to come here, the beach is still here. Of course, a lot of people believe there are private beaches here in Thailand, and there aren't. The simple fact is all beaches are public beaches and are not owned by anyone. However, the issue is the land. Obviously there's land adjacent to Nui Beach, and whoever was here before said they owned the land, so they were charging to come onto the actual beach itself, which I believe the forestry department are disputing the title deed, the land title deed, saying that it's not genuine, and obviously because of that fact they've come on here to remove everything, and that is currently underway by the looks of it. That's exactly what they're doing. So you can see partially demolished structures, but it's a hell of a trail to come down. You actually come through down the mountain, and it is unbelievable, to be honest. Places are quite dangerous. I don't know how the officials have got down here with the necessary equipment to demolish it all, if I'm totally honest, because it's a nightmare on a motorbike, let alone in a car or a truck or something, or bigger. that you would need. But yeah, so this beach is going back to the public. They've reclaimed the land and there won't be any charges. I haven't paid anything this morning to come in here. I was expecting to pay a charge because I wasn't sure whether it was all of this that the forestry department have reclaimed back or whether it was only part of it, but it looks like it's the lot. Wow. Now, I'm not against paying for beaches. We do have a few beaches that I've visited recently where they've had a very nominal charge, 20 baht. I mean, 20 baht, you know, that's neither here nor there. But the problem is greed. So they start charging a small fee to cross their land. And if it becomes popular, that fee keeps rising up. And before you know it, it's 200 or 300 baht. We've had the same issue with Freedom Beach. We've got a few beaches that have been in the media lately, including Bantao Beach and the entertainment area, which you will have seen if you follow the channel. You would have seen that last month on the channel. They've closed that down because, again, of illegal occupation. Now, I can't say one way or the other because I'm not an legal expert, but obviously this isn't something they can do in 5 minutes. It takes time. They need court orders. They need to do it correct, make sure that what they're doing is correct, and the person that says he owns the land doesn't actually in fact own the land. Because obviously if they were to come in and demolish all these structures and then later find out that they were actually in the wrong, somebody would have a lot of money to pay, that's for sure. So there you have Nui Beach. There are so many beautiful reasons to be happy. Indeed. Wow. I'm guessing somebody's not happy though. So apologies if the footage is a little bit shaky, because for obvious reasons, whilst I do have my bigger cameras with me, they are in my bag because I don't want to draw obvious attention to myself. So I'm using my phone for this scenario because I've come down here as a tourist, or what, looking like a tourist. But of course I live here, so I do know that this has recently been in the media, but I wasn't sure what access they would allow. But nobody's tried to stop me from entering it, which I'm surprised at, to be honest, because I didn't think I would be allowed onto the site while the government agencies were here, but you can clearly see they're everywhere. What a shame. Now, as I say, I don't swing one way or the other. I just personally believe that you don't really need to pay to go on beaches here in Phuket because we have so many. But if you want to pay, then there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel that unfortunately people get greedy, and this is the effect when people get greedy. They build beyond what they should be building. They charge more than they should be charging, which automatically draws attention to them. And once they get enough attention, then obviously the government have to take the necessary steps if they can clearly see that it's an illegal infringement. And that's what's happened. The forestry department have taken back their land. I can see the jumper of the forestry department. You can see on the back of the guy's shirt here, the Royal Forestry Department. And that's what they've done. They've basically taken it back, and I can't say I blame them, to be honest, because it all comes unfortunately down to greed, and somebody has been a little bit too greedy for their own good, and this is the end result.